Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video for the day. Going back into r/niceguystories because sometimes they do pretty good, and actually some people like the storytime stuff too. So if you want to see more videos like this in the near future and just in general be absolutely amazing, hit that like button, leave a comment down below something you'd like to see in the near future, and also just save the bees. And if you have not already, subscribe and turn on those notifications. Okie dokie, let's go. Our first story comes to us from username Unicorn of Magical Doom. Secret Nice Guy. I had a friend, Steve, who was a friend of my ex, Igor. After Igor and I broke up, I hadn't seen Steve in a while, and then I ran across him one day and we started talking. I said we should go for a walk sometime. I was on a health kick, so we did just that. He called and we walked around a nature park. I don't drive, so he would usually pick me up when we hung out. I really enjoyed being his friend. Then he asked me to date. At this point, I had been single a long time, 7 years, by choice because I just didn't want to date anyone. I told him he was like a brother to me and I enjoyed hanging out, but I wasn't interested in dating. He asked more than once. I gave the same answer every time. We are complete opposites. He is a loud, close talker, very boisterous. I'm a quiet, need my personal bubble like silence person. Scenarios that actually happened are follows. Steve, my friend Trish, and I go for coffee. Steve and Trish have an entire argument debating about me dating or not dating, while I sat silently listening to this. Trish saying it's perfectly normal to not need to date, with full-on scenarios about me becoming an old unmarried woman dying alone. It was amusing. Go out camping with my friends Diana. Steve comes and starts talking to me by the picnic table. He's so close to me, his stomach is touching mine. I back up, he moves closer. I back up, he moves closer. This continued on as we did laps around the table. I'm not even kidding. Diana thought this was hysterical. Talking in the parking lot with Steve, he's so close his stomach is touching mine again. I back up, he moves closer. This continued until I was on the other side of the parking lot and trapped by a wall and a metal newspaper stand that I literally was bent backwards over to try to get my face further away, blocking my backwards escape. He called to go for a walk and picked me up. We went to a large park with an oval road. In the middle of the park is a theater. We get out and start walking. We make it around to one side of the loop and he suddenly stops. It's dark outside now. I turn and I'm like, hey, what's up? He points down this dark gravel path and says, let's go this way. My heart hit my stomach. My intuition knew what was coming, but I thought, nah, he wouldn't do anything. Maybe he's tired. This is a shortcut to the car. So I said, yeah, okay. It's a small path and single file. I said, you go first, so he did. We are halfway across and he suddenly stops, turns with arms stretched out towards my face, and to try to grab it to kiss me. Already prepared, thanks intuition, I shoved him backwards so hard and yelled F off. Then I said, take me back home now. Hindsight, I probably should have called someone else to come get me, so he dropped me off at home and I said nothing. Off to work the next day. I am sitting at work and I get a text from Steve. He said, if you don't sleep with me, we can't be friends. To which I responded, F you, we are not friends then. The backpedaling was immediate. My friends told me to say that I am joking, etc. If he knew me as well as he thought he did, he should have known that S was never going to work. Our friendship ended that day. Some people I honestly don't understand why they don't get the idea of what boundaries are, and really this is not good because it's not going to reflect, and honestly, I hope that word gets around that this dude's weird. Because honestly, like, I'm not even comfortable with people coming up and hugging me or even just touching me in general unless I actually know you in person and am fine with it. Our next story comes to us from username Falone45, a scary nice guy. We'll call the nice guy Jay. I have an ex-fiance that shared the same name as him. Ex-fiance will be connotated as ex. I went to high school with Jay. Jay and I got along great because we were in high school losers. Friendless, the pangs of puberty had us. We were friends. I wouldn't say we were close, but we were okay. I know he had a crush on me. He made it apparent. I wasn't attracted to him. He wasn't my type. I also had my family constantly reminding me that I'm a W if I even looked at a boy. So dating was off the menu for me. I was also poor, so I didn't have a cell phone, Facebook, or internet at home until I was 18 and in college. Jay was strange. He was overweight and had a lot of pimples. I mean, I couldn't say anything. I looked like a pepperoni pizza myself and had braces and was kinda weird. He liked anime, which is fine, I just never could get into it. But when he got angry, he would squat and be like, "I'm about to transform," and Goku scream. I mean, he avoided fights, so it worked. Well, he had repeated 10th grade twice because he was too lazy to do work and wouldn't run in gym class. He dropped out in the 10th grade. Fast forward 4 years later, I am engaged to X. I was working at a pizza parlor. At this point, I have a Facebook. One day, I got a text from Jay. Jay just wanted to talk. However, I couldn't pick up the phone, so he sent me like 15 texts. They were kind of falone, fofo, twiddles thumbs, falone paces back and forth. On break, I get all of these texts. I hate the whole asterisk thing, but I let it go and talk to him. His profile picture looked no different from when he was in high school. All he did was complain about how he can't get girls. He has a criminal record from threatening a potential employer that he'll kill him if he doesn't hire him, and a citation for littering, and how the cops and the potential employer were scared ABs. Then he went into a pity me ordeal. He talked about how his parents were upset because he and his brother busted out the windows of his parents' trailer goofing around. Also about how his sister was pregnant, and he complained about how that was unfair because he wasn't getting laid. So why should she? He talked about his sister's husband was abusive, but he didn't care. He wanted to see blood sport. Just all around annoying. I tried to give him advice. Then I got pissed. Then he starts this anime talking S where these people all act dramatic. He started saying stuff like, "I can't become him. I can't transform into him." Mind you, he has no mental illness. His biggest problem was that he was lazy and wanted a woman to take care of him. I told him to knock it off. He asked if I was single. I wasn't. He basically said that X looked like a loser and that he, J, was the better one. X was going to medical school and had a double major in chemistry and exercise physiology. J had yet to get his GED. I eventually stopped talking to Jay, and fast forward a year, me and him are broken up. Jay takes notice on my profile, and then his first message is, "So, did you finally learn that effort was no good?" I'm looking back at old texts to make sure everything is as accurate as possible. I didn't respond because, surprise surprise, I'm at work. He leaves those annoying asterisks and everything, and then leaves me a love note apologizing. I tell him this is not okay, and I'm blocking him. As I'm blocking him, he's sending me messages like, "He's about to come out. You won't like me when I become him." Blocked thought it was finished until I got home to visit my family and see him as I'm helping my mom grocery shop. At this point, she's disabled. He walks up to me and her and starts apologizing and everything, asking if we can still be friends, if I want to date. I say I'm busy, please leave me alone. He threatened to hit my mother. We call management, and the last I see of him, my mom and I are leaving as he Goku screams, like, no lie. I wish I were making this up. I mean, you could excuse some antics if he had a mental handicap, but he hadn't, and that's the scary part. Yeah, have this just be said for the record, please do not Goku scream unless you are at either an anime convention or that one wind tunnel at the mall. Seriously, there's a time and place for everything, even going Super Saiyan 3. Our last story comes to us from username Littlest Ghoul. Nice guys of OnlyFans. Oh boy. Hello, people of Reddit. Boy, oh boy, do I have a story for you today. This is the story of Calvin, name changed for obvious reasons, and how he duped me, but I got my revenge. Now, with this whole pandemic going on, I was laid off of work, and despite being put on government assistance, I needed the extra cash to help pay the bill, so I'm not scraping by and helping with Christmas time. So, I joined OnlyFans at the end of May of this year. Now, a lot of my clients are absolute dolls. They are a true blessing to me. They are good tippers and pay for every PPV message, and they even suggest me to their friends. I know, that's hard to believe, but it's true. I spend most of my days promoting and making content. I post teasers on my Snapchat, and that's how I met Calvin. Now, Calvin added my snap from one of the OnlyFans promotional groups I'm in on Facebook. All was fine and dandy. The more people I add on Snap means there are more people to see my promoting, and hopefully they join my OnlyFans, which equals more money in my pocket. But Calvin wasn't like the rest of the customers. He didn't want to join my OnlyFans, but he wanted some custom content, which wasn't a problem. We agreed that he'd pay through PayPal and I'd send the content through Snap. He spent a decent amount of money on things, a few dollars here, a few dollars there. It all added up, but it all came to a head one day. Calvin and I talked most of the day for a few days before he made this request. He wanted to do a one-on-one FaceTime chat with mutual self-pleasuring. I'd watch him, he'd watch me. I gave him a price for this, how long it'd last, and date and time for this'll happen. He agreed with everything, especially the price, and I made up a contract for him to sign to send back to me, for legal reasons that'll become clearer later. I had a gut feeling that this was going to be too good to be true, but I chopped it up to nerves since this is the first time I'd be doing a one-on-one FaceTime with a customer. Videos are always different than being live with someone. When the time comes, I call him over Snapchat and he answers. We do our thing. I told him he only had an hour since I had other things to do. He agreed that an hour would be fine, and before anyone asked, yes, I got the money up front before we did anything. Another lesson I learned the hard way. Anyways, Calvin is taking forever to finish. I'm doing everything I can possibly to help him out, but nothing's happening. That's when the timer went off and our session ended. Calvin wasn't happy. He proceeded to try and call me a half dozen times before raging in our chat. I didn't exactly ignore him, but I had other things I needed to do. I had to do my grocery shopping and some cleaning, adult stuff. Now imagine this, I'm minding my business in the cereal aisle of Walmart, and all I can feel is my phone frantically vibrating in my pocket. Unbeknownst to me, it was all Calvin. Finally, I got fed up and checked to see who was trying to get a hold of me so badly. If I thought I was annoyed before, boy, I was beyond annoyed now. Calvin was spamming my Snapchat and continued to try to FaceTime me. Is there something I can help you with? Why did you end the call? The hour was up. But I didn't finish. I know, I'm sorry, but I have other things to do, and you agreed 1 hour. But I didn't finish. Again, I'm sorry. Can we do it again? Yeah, but it'll cost you. No. No? I didn't finish. I'm not paying for another chat. Then you're not getting one. Sorry. I run a business and we had an agreement. We agreed on 1 hour, not until you get your rocks off. You got what you paid for. This did not go over well with Calvin. He was pissed. Now, I like to think that I was reasonable. We had an agreement that the session would last only 1 hour. He agreed to this, and that's what he got. Nowhere in our agreement did it say that the session would last until he got off. He got what he paid for. 1 hour of me watching him and him watching me. So if he wanted another session, he'd have to pay for another one. I left the conversation at that and finished doing my shopping, then went to Starbucks' drive-thru for my s'more frap. And when I got home, I did my thing, put the groceries away, cleaned up a bit, and then when I finally sat down to relax a little bit, I decided to move the money from my PayPal to my bank, and that's when I saw it. Calvin has refunded all of the money he paid me. $375 was refunded. So I did the only rational thing I could think of. Ask him about it. Hey, did you refund the money from PayPal? Yeah, I did. Why? 'Cause you're a scamming bee. How did I scam you? You ended the call before I could finish. That's not scamming you. You agreed to the terms and conditions of our session. 1 hour. That's it. Joke's on you, B. I screen recorded all the stuff you sent me and our call. I got your ass for free now. Now I was beyond pissed. Not only did he refund all of the money he paid me, he effing recorded my content. I know, it comes with the territory of S-work, but it doesn't make it okay. Well, here's the thing. I know my stuff. I know what's legal and what's not legal. I made up a contract for him to sign and date before I did the FaceTime call. I specifically said that he wasn't to record or screenshot our session, as well as how long it'll last and when it'll happen. He proceeded to sign the paper, agreeing to my terms and conditions. I only do that for one-on-one FaceTime calls since there can be a bit more legality to it. Besides the contract, him unknowingly to me recorded all of this stuff is considered revenge off-brand, which is very much illegal. Calvin, delete my stuff right now. Nah, I'ma post it, get some coin off of it. That's against the law. If you do it, I'll press charges. Stupid A, just think I give an F about you. They'll take one look at your OnlyFans and drop the charges. You are nothing but a W, selling your body for a dime. That's stank coochie ass. Effing try me. Selling your used up kitty is all you're good for. Keep sucking D for $1, little girl. Now, old me would have gone off on him, but new me was smarter than that. I, myself, took screenshots of our conversation, half to show my best friend the audacity of a B, and the other half was to blacklist him in every group that promotes models of OnlyFans. Since he's in 99% of the same ones I'm in, trust me, I see him thirsting over all of the models all the time. I also got the information I needed from his Facebook profile, the area of the city he's from, where he works, his phone number, all of that jazz, just in case I needed to press charges. Calvin was not happy when I posted our conversation to the groups, tagging him in the post as well. I warned the other girls about him in case he's either done this to other girls or for girls that he planned to do this to. He went off on me in the comments. He said it wasn't fair that I posted our private conversations. Oh, the irony. One of his golden comments went like so. Stupid OnlyFans H's think they're slick, and I'm effing ruin all of you. Post your F's to your walls for your family and friends to see. F, I'll DM your mama or daddy that they raised a no-good W. Stupid B's always get what they want. I paid her and she scammed me. 1 hour video chat for $100? That's an effing ripoff. No one wants to F you loose kitty, and that's why you're on OnlyFans. Catfishing MF out of their money. Scam, scam, scam. F you, you B scammer. Yep, that was a direct quote from his comment. I got a screenshot of it before it was banned from the groups. A few of my regulars in the groups saw the post and decided to leave me a great big tips in hopes it didn't deter me from doing special requests for them like I did with Calvin. I ended up making more than triple the amount Calvin paid me. I also did press charges against him. We went to court back in November. He was fined $5,000 and sentenced to 6 months in jail. Let's just say I got the last laugh. But yeah, that's the story of how nice guys can be found anywhere, and how one tried me and it backfired in his face. Hope you enjoyed my story. I know it's hard to believe, sometimes I think it's all just a nightmare, but it happened, and I won. This dude seriously thought he could get away with all this stuff. I wonder how much he didn't know how illegal that was. Doesn't matter if it's on OnlyFans or if it's like a couple that just broke up. You're not allowed to do anything and threatening to release lewds. That is actually a very illegal thing. Glad it all worked out in the end, and hopefully this was a big enough of a lesson that he actually might have learned something, but I can't expect too much of him. The only down point of all of this is that $375 you're likely not going to see, because usually PayPal customer support supports the customer more so than the business, but it's a good thing that the community came together and you're able to make the money back 3 or 4 times, as a matter of fact. That's it's pretty cool. But with that is going to have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and to see more videos like this in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, start up them wholesome internet discussions, and if you have not already, subscribe and turn on those notifications. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.